Hi guys, this video is brought to you by outtalk.co.uk for your post, pre-match and Sheffield Wednesday discussions with fellow Wednesdayites.
Hi guys, and welcome to the Sheffield Wednesday Reading review. Now, we really could do with a win today just to boost the morale of the fans more than anything. Let's face it, the players have not been good enough for the last 3 or 4 games. They've been very, very poor, and in this whole period since before Christmas has been very, very poor. Like, extremely poor. And we need to do a lot better than what we're doing. And it shows that we're a team out of confidence at the minute and can't do much. And if we are to get that point deduction, we will be 2 points, and it sounds like it will be 12-point deduction. We'll be 2 points above the relegation spots, and I don't see this Wednesday team at the minute getting themselves out of it because they are very, very poor at the minute. And I don't know if that's a mixture of players. I don't know if that's a mixture of Monk with management style. I still had the thing where, as much as I'm going to get a lot of hate for it, Monk's only been in the job for 6 months. And yes, it's on him, and he has said it's on him to get the player going. So whatever's happened, something's not gone right. So we will be interested to see what happens next in terms of what he does with the team and how we get on for the rest of the season so far. Because I think we'll know more come Monday. It's sounding like there might be a club statement on Monday regarding the EFL situation. So the team new today: Dawson, Palmer, Lee, Harris, Pelopeti, Boren, Newhugh, Iorfa, Deku, Yorguide, and Forstieri. The subs are Wildsmith, Lee, Murphy, Bannon, Hunt, Windass, and Wickham. So the two new lads in Wickham and Windass are having a rest. Maybe they could come off the bench and give us something. We'll see. But let's see how we play, and hopefully we can get 3 points at home today. So that first half for us was... it's annoying because for the first 20 minutes we looked decent and we looked okay. And then our defence was completely split in half by Reading through ball. We looked all over the place at the back, and he easily slips it underneath Dawson to make it 1-0. And from there, the players looked defeated and not ready to get into it. I think we've had one shot on target all game so far, and that's it, and that was early doors. We got slightly back into the game, but not by much, and we just don't look like we're up for the fight. It looks like the fight's gone out of the players. It really does. The players do not look like they're interested. They look really deflected and not sure what to do. Granted, we might hear completely different by at the end of the game, depending on what the scoreline. But they got into that second half, head down, not happy. Not happy at all. Like, one of the Wednesday players has actually gone and sat down on the bench. I think it was Boren. He'd gone and just sat down on the bench and not gone down the tunnel yet. So it's really interesting to know what's going on. It's not good. There's hardly anybody at the ground today, and that'll be a mixture of the weather, up playing really crap, and it's the first week of the half term. But there's hardly anyone there. And to be honest with you, it's that situation where people are now voting with their feet and going, I'm not coming back until this gets sorted. And I understand it a little bit. I do understand it, but at the same time, you stick with your team through the good times and the bad times. You can't just be with them for all the great good times and going forward. You have to be there when it's going really crap like it is at the moment. So we're going to have to really dig out something in that second half, because I have not seen a Wednesday team out there today that looks like they want to do up for the fight. And the worrying thing, like I said at the start of the thing, if we do get that point deduction, and if it is 12 points, we will be 2 points above the relegation place. And this team at the minute don't look like they're up for the fight. It could be a situation where this season either get completely written off and we have to start again in League One and properly start again, or we manage to just stay up and then start again as well. And you can't really blame the condition today either, because we're just not up for it. The players do not look up to it today at all. And annoyingly, this has been the last couple of games that we've not looked ready for this. So something's not right with the club at the minute with the players. So we're going to have to see what happens in the second half. Hopefully can get them motivated to come out and do well, but something's not clicking with. Well, that second half wasn't much better at all, and that is one of those situations where we now need to figure out what's going to happen next with the club. Origi gets a second yellow card, and it was a second yellow card. His first one might not have been a yellow, or it might have been a soft yellow, but at the end of the day, he did that second yellow, he really did. And after that, we really struggled. We had some chances-ish, but not really anything to write home about. Murphy tried his best to get back into the game. They go 2-0 up, and it's a soft one by Dawson. Yet again, his keeping, his confidence had gone. His confidence had completely gone. His confidence ain't there at all. Poor hands, couldn't keep it, and it's just not good enough, really. We make all our substitution. Murphy comes on for De Cruz. New goes off for Wickham, and who else came on? I can't remember who else came on. And of course, Bannon came on at half time for Pelopessi and didn't really put anything into the mix. And at the way with how we're playing, we will get relegated. With how we're playing, we're definitely going to get relegated, especially if we're going to have a point deduction. If we're going to get the point deduction, we are going to really, really struggle. And I don't see any fight in the team. And to make matters worse, we went 3-0 down to a penalty. And there's no fight there. There is no fight there in the players at all. It's 6 wins without a win now for Wednesday. 1 victory in 10. 5 points from the last 30. No home wins since the 22nd of December, and no home goal since December the 29th. We have been abysmal. We're going to be in League One. At the rate we're going, we are going to be in League One. Gary Monk needs to figure out what's going on, change this quickly. Chansiri we need to get the statement out, whatever's going on with the EFL, and start again. We're going to have to rip it up and start again. And if that means we have to rip it up and start again in League One, we do that. But the problem I got, people saying Chansiri out, who is going to come to the club and put the money in? Especially with how much money he's going to want for the club. Who is going to come in and pay what he wants? He's not going to sell it for what he bought it for, because he's going to want the money out. And you've got the complication that it's going to be the stadium sale, because you're going to have to buy that in a really, really interesting way of trying to buy that, because it's technically in a different corporation. So it's going to be very, very hard. At this moment in time, we are going to be in League One, I reckon. And I remember seeing something at the start of the season that had us pipped for relegation. And it really did. It really did have us pipped for relegation. All the teams, all the pundits and stuff picked us down to relegation. And I think we're going to be making them right if things don't change. Something's got to give. And as much as people are saying Monk out and stuff like this, Monk's doing his best with these players. And yes, it does look like the players are already down tools. And if that's the case, that is very, very bad. That is already there's already down tools already this early, and that's an issue. So we are going to have to pick ourselves up and figure out what we do now, because I have no idea where we go from here. We've got Man City next game, I believe, in the FA Cup, so we're probably going to get smashed in that. Let me have a look. No, we haven't. We've got Birmingham. So we've got Birmingham, Charlton, Derby, and then Man City. We're gonna get absolutely smashed if we're not careful by teams, and this is gonna be very, very hard to do. There was hardly any fans there at the end of the game, hardly any whatsoever. They all left, and the fans that went, congratulations to you. You did really well, and you're sticking through your team. But we're gonna have to, I think, at this rate, we're going to have to get relegated and rebuild and come back up. And much of people are going to hate that, me saying that. People are going to hate me saying that because people go, oh, we're going to be the laughing stock of Sheffield United fans are going to give us the grief and stuff. And fair enough, they should give it us. We at the rate we're going, we could be very close to getting relegated because if we do get the 12 points, in the thingy, that we get thing, and we don't know, it could be worse, but I've heard it's mainly possibly going to be 12 points. But it is not good. It seems like most of the clubs don't like us at the moment. You've got the issue. Hang on, let me just see if I can find this. Allow it to 12 points. So it's gonna be very interesting what when to do next. But we are. I'm gonna say it now. We're screwed. We are screwed. This season we need this season to end. To be fair, and go. Interesting one here by someone. It'll be a very interesting what Gary Monk could build. I appreciate that he needs 3 or 4 transfers to become, but we need to ask ourselves, can Monk keep us up for the season? The answer is no for me. This wants a new man in charge, and that conceding YouTube on Twitter. But the problem is, if you change manager, who do you bring in? Who do you bring in? Do you sit around and say to Lee Bond, right, it's your job till the end of the season, and I'll start looking again in the summer to bring someone in and start fresh that way? I don't know what we do next. I really don't know when they do next. But that was, it was disappointing. It's shameful how we played, and we need to figure out what's going on because something's not right at the club at all. So let's see what happens. But 3-0 to Reading, and they deserved it. We didn't look like even turning up, so it's really bad. Sheffield Wednesday failed to score in our 4 considered home league games since November 2014 under Stuart Gray. That's how bad it got. So that's where we're at. So I'll see you in the next one.
Don't forget to have your say at outtalk.co.uk after the match.